JFD, just fair and direct.
Okay, hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to JFD Traders Tea Time with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today's the 23rd of December 2020. So yep, welcome everyone. Welcome to this quick Wednesday's afternoon session where we're going to have a look at the markets, a few of the charts, basically the usual stuff, just to see how everything is getting along. But yep, before we do that, let's have a read through our risk disclaimer. So the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, a few seconds for you to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, so now then, also just before we jump into the charts, quick mentioning of our JFD YouTube channel, to which you can always subscribe to in order not to miss any of our upcoming videos, and of course our JFD Bank website, and specifically our JFD research page, which we also update on a daily basis. So yep, feel free to visit us here on jfdbank.com and click on the research tab right there on the top, guys. So quick update on German DAX, looking quite awesome, I would say, for the bulls here, and yep, the index are pushed nicely above that 13,460 level that I talked about this morning, and also I mentioned that yesterday. So basically the idea was that if we get a strong move above the 13,460, then yes, higher levels could be met. So of course we'll continue monitoring this index today. So far everything's looking quite positive, but of course, yep, let's be very careful for now. Let's see if we can actually go all the way back here to the to that 13,795 territory, which is, by the way, the highest point of this year so far. Let's see if we can create a new high for December and for this year as well. But again, we still have to overcome the current highest point of December and this current highest point of this year near the 13,795 level. So for now, everything's looking quite positive as long as the price stays above this 13,460 territory. If it falls back below it, I'll take a neutral stand once again. But for me, I would prefer to wait for a drop below the 13,000 territory in order to go for some lower areas. Now, Dow Jones Industrial Average. Now, yesterday the index drifted a little bit to the downside here. However, it remained above, or just actually fractionally below this 30,030 mark, which is the low of last Friday. Now, if we take a look at the cash index and where it's currently sitting at, we'll basically see that the price is actually sitting near, just one moment, let me just double check. So it's currently sitting near the 30,120 mark. So basically we've managed to recover a decent amount here. However, long story short, guys, if we draw a potential little short-term downside resistance line right here from the high of Friday of last week, then we'll see that the price is still below this downside line. So in order to consider the upside here, we need to see a break of this downside line. But if it struggles to overcome it, then guys, well, we could see a bit of a decline here back down. So keep your eyes on that one. S&P 500 on here, the index is a little bit looks a little bit better, I would say, than the Dow Jones Industrial Average, but still there are a few levels that the S&P would need to overcome in order to aim for some higher levels. So basically, for now, long story short, we are still trading above this upside line drawn from the low of the 6th of November. The price currently sits near the 3,698 territory, so it's somewhere around here near yesterday's highs. If we see a continuation move further above that, then yep, my next target is this all-time high near the 3,727 territory, a break of which, of course, would confirm a forthcoming higher high, and higher levels could be met. But at the moment, guys, let's keep it short and simple. For now, let's aim for that. Well, let's keep an eye on yesterday's high, and of course Monday's high, which is, by the way, let me just actually put this one on the chart very quickly. If it pushes above the Monday's high, which is around this 3,703 territory, then I'll aim for some higher levels again. The DXY, the dollar index, drifting a little bit lower today, not significantly. It still remains above this broken downside line drawn from the high of the 4th of November. So in a way, I would say there is still a chance for the bulls to step in somewhere around here and drive this one higher. But again, if you want to be a little bit more on the safe side, wait for that push up of the 90.60 level again, and then yes, we could maybe start considering slightly higher levels, which could lead, and this move could lead to a possible test of this medium-term downside resistance line drawn from the high of the 23rd of March. In order to consider the downside, I would still prefer to wait for a drop below the 89.73 territory right here, and then yes, we could go for lower areas. Silver, yesterday I talked about silver, guys, and basically yesterday we saw a bit of a decline here. However, we still remain above this upside line drawn from the low of the 30th of November. So in a way, everything is still kind of on the positive side here for silver. You can see that also, not only that this upside line is still intact, this key support area roughly near this 25 mark basically, so that's what's holding the price from dropping lower. So if the 25 territory continues to provide support, that's great news for the bulls. We could see this one pushing back up here, especially if the price climbs again above this 26 territory. But if the 25 territory gets broken and we see a break also of this upside line, and then maybe if the price also falls below this 24.86 territory, now that's probably a better level to watch for the downside. Then at the same time, we could also be placed. The silver could also be placed below the 21-day EMA, and maybe more sellers could see this as a good opportunity to step in. Now, Brent oil, not WTI oil. WTI oil was this morning, but Brent oil. Now, I talked about Brent oil yesterday as well. And this is the reason why I was talking about this 49.06 level. As you can see here, this area near this level continues to provide decent support, and yep, this level also coincides with the 21-day EMA, which also is seeing this whole kind of area is providing decent support. Now, if you want to aim for some lower levels, wait for a break below this, because this way more sellers could start joining in. There could be some. This could be seen as a negative indication here, and yep, further declines could be possible. But at the moment, you can see that today we're seeing a reversal. But even we cannot really talk about the upside here, because for me now, let me just get rid of this upside line, probably no longer valid. For me now, what I would like to kind of consider here is basically I would like to see a push above the 52.46 level. Now I do understand I'm missing out kind of on a bit of territory here, but to be honest, I want to be a little bit more on the safe side. Of course, we could start looking at this little peak here, the high of the 10th of December. Near the 51 zone, and if we get a nice push above it, then maybe higher levels could be met. However, still it could travel a little bit higher here, fail to reach the highest point of December, and then reverse back down. And also, just to kind of keep you on the cautious side with the upside, are the oscillators that we have here, the RSI and the MACD. So you can see that there is a slowdown in the price momentum. So yep, maybe this could start rolling over. However, again, I don't really often, I just sometimes look at those just to kind of support the ideas my ideas here, but I don't really kind of base my ideas on these oscillators here. So for me, the main point here is to keep an eye on some sort of support and resistance levels. Now for the upside, as I said, I would prefer to wait for a push above the 52.46 level here, and for the downside I would like to see a drop below the 49.06. Now Ripple, okay, so this morning I talked about Ripple, and yesterday I talked about Ripple as well. And basically this morning, when we already had that drop, I said to you guys, keep your eyes on that 0.4026 territory here. If that gets broken, then of course my next target here is this 200-day EMA, which we've managed to reach perfectly. The crypto even managed to drop below that. It tested the area near that psychological 0.30 territory and reversed and bounced back up here, bounced back above this 200-day EMA. Now what could happen here is we could see maybe another test of this 200-day EMA, and if it continues to provide support, maybe a bit of a reversal here to the upside could be possible, given that we already had a decent decline here, going all the way here from these 0.60 level here. So basically 100% drop, I would say here. So I mean wow, that's if you manage to catch this trade here to the downside, congratulations guys. I mean, but for now, I mean, there are of course, if you don't know, try to check it out. There are some issues right now with Ripple from the company perspective, because the SEC is investigating Ripple right now. So but there's of course a lot of ifs, and if they get cleared, well, I mean, Ripple might start moving back up here. However, it's still unclear how long that could take. So again, it's an ongoing debate right now, an ongoing issue. So Ripple might remain under selling pressure, so be very careful with that one. But again, like I said, for now, what I'm keeping an eye on here from the technical side is the this 200-day EMA, because I want to see how it's going to perform near that EMA. If it holds, great news. We could see a nice rebound and a push back to the upside. AUDJPY. So now traveling back up here, if you remember last time when I looked at AUDJPY, I was saying that in order for me to consider the downside, I would need to see that daily candle remaining below the 77.74 territory. On Monday we did get a drop below it, but we didn't really get that daily candle staying below this area. So I'm still going to stick to this level. This level is the high of the 10th of September. I need to see a nice good drop below this area, and I would like to see that daily candle remaining below this 77.74 territory. At the same time, the rate could also stay below the 21-day EMA, which could just strengthen the bearish case. However, for now, we can see we're having in the opposite. We're seeing a push back up here. Let me get rid of this this upside line here, and of course the main thing to watch right now here is this key area of resistance. This key area of resistance, keeping an eye on this 78.78 zone. If we get a nice push above it, then my next target is the 78.95 level, or even above that. I do understand that it's quite a close call here, but nevertheless, let's be on the safe side, and for now let's keep an eye on this 78.78 level. USDJPY. So if you remember this week, in the beginning of this week, I said that I'm going to keep an eye on this 103.65 territory, which, if provides good resistance, may send the rate back down here. So on Monday we tried to break above it. We broke above it, but we didn't stay above it. Yesterday we also broke above it, but we didn't stay above it. Today we didn't break above it. We just kind of tested this area, and reversed back down. So far this level here, the 103.65, which previously acted as a good area of support, now it's doing its job as good job as a resistance. So if it continues to hold, my next target again is this 103.05 territory right here, and then I'll take it from there, guys. GBPNZD still waiting guys, but we're very close again. So this morning, if you remember, and yesterday also, I said that for me to aim for some higher levels, I need that daily candle to stay above this 1.9060 territory. We're having a nice break above this level again. Let's see if we can actually stay here above this area. If we do, then, well, my next target is this downside line drawn from the high of the 21st of August. So what I don't want to see is a repetition of yesterday's kind of movement here, where at one point we did also break that this key barrier, but then, yep, it, as you can see, it drifted back all the way below this 21-day EMA shown as the yellow line here. Today we're seeing some nice positivity again. Can it stay above this? Well, we'll just have to wait, guys. EURUSD this morning, something that I've mentioned as well. And look at this beautiful move here. I mean, this morning, if you remember, I said that keeping an eye on this one because it could be forming a possible bullish flag here, which, I mean, for now it's confirming that, because why I'm saying for now, because this daily candle is not finished yet. So what I like to see, what I would like to see is the daily candle remaining above this 1.0847 territory. So if it does that, then my next target is the 1.0860 territory right here, which we almost came very close to testing today, but yeah, didn't really test it. So now, yep, like I said, everything seems to be looking quite positive here for the euro against the Swiss franc. But yeah, again, let's see how this is going to play out. For now, yes, it is looking quite a nice bullish flag here. Can it continue? Well, let's wait and see. But my next target, if it stays above this 1.0847 territory, yes, I'll aim for that 1.0860, a break of which could open the door towards that 1.0872 territory right here, marked by the highest point of December. And finally, EURUSD, also a nice reversal here from this 1.2155 territory, so working out nicely here. Also, this upside line is taking, it's holding the rate from dropping lower. However, if you remember this morning, I said to you guys that I would prefer to wait for a push above the 1.2115 level in order to aim for some higher levels. But yeah, for now I'm just observing the price action. Let's see how this is going to play out today, and I'll pick up on this one tomorrow. For now, yes, on one hand everything's looking quite positive, but can it actually travel above the 1.2215 level again and stay above this area? Well, I mean, let's wait and see. If it can, then I'm gonna target the current highest point of December near the 1.2273 and maybe even higher. So guys, I'll have to wrap it up here. Thank you very much for watching and listening. I hope you found it useful. I really appreciate your time, guys. I really do. So I hope, like I said, I hope you enjoyed it. If you are joining me tomorrow, then yep, we'll be happy to see you there. But if you're not, guys, then happy Christmas. I mean, enjoy your time off. I will do the Traders Espresso and Tea Time tomorrow still, but after tomorrow, I mean, we will resume only on 11th of January, guys. So basically, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and yep, like I said, guys, but for those who are not going to join me tomorrow, for those who are joining me tomorrow, well, I'll wish you that all that tomorrow. So thank you very much for joining in, guys. Thank you very much, and yeah, bye-bye.